Hey guys, Stacy here, We Grow Again. I promised you a video on stretched out succulents. This is a black knight I have, and he's just, ever since I got him, he's been stretching and stretching and stretching. I really didn't know how to take care of him when I got into these about almost a year ago now. So I want to cut this because I want to stop that stretching from happening. Now once it stretches, it's not going to go back, but you can tell that the top of this is really nice and compact. It's starting to get some nice healthy sun that it needs. And that's just one way to tell that your succulents are lacking sunlight. They will start stretching towards the sun. Now the way I fix this, I've done it with a couple of other succulents of mine. You can see this beautiful little echeveria growing on there, and I did the same thing. Now when you're cutting these top rosettes off, this rosette came off of this succulent, and you really want to make sure you leave a leaf on there because it tends to pop out a baby a lot faster. These were cut the same time. This is a different echeveria on the right, and you can tell that this doesn't have any babies on it at all yet, and that's because I didn't leave any leaves on it. I just totally cut that top rosette off, and you can see it rooted so nice for me. I love the way these grow. I'm not sure the name of them, so if you guys know the name of these, please let me know. I love this type of succulent, but it was given to me, so I just don't know the name. And I want to show you what to do. It's so easy to fix, guys. And then, you're going to get tons of succulents. You can either get one off of here, two, sometimes three grow. It depends how good your succulent is. And then what you want to do is just cut it. You want to make sure you're giving this succulent a good 3 days of water before you go and cut this, because what's going to happen is these leaves, if they're not plump and they're soft and they're just deflated and it's not full with water, and you go and cut this succulent, it's not going to have enough water in this rosette right here to, keep in there and survive until roots start to show. Roots take about a week to 2 weeks to start showing. I started getting some roots on this already. I don't know if you can see them coming out of there. So I'm going to make a cut. If that happens, now this is like mini surgery, guys, so you got to be so careful when you're doing this. You want a clean, sterile blade, nice and sharp, just any blade, scissor, knife, whatever you got, and you want to sterilize it with some alcohol first, just to make sure you're not passing any diseases on. And then you want to make a really nice, clean cut, just as much as you can. Now I'm going to try to do this for you the best I can. And when you cut, you want to leave like a node. You see these where the leaves come out? Those are nodes. And you want to leave a couple of those because those are where the roots are going to come out. Now I'm not going to take any of these bottoms off because I already did, and I just don't want to pluck it too much. So I'm going to make a cut right here. Just get in there with your clean blade. Please wash your hands. And just cut it. And then once you have your rosette like this, let this end callus over fully for about 5-6 days. The bigger the stem, the longer it's going to take to callus. And I just let this sit in a plain old cup, just anything I have, just way it stays shape, it keeps its shape. And then I leave it in here for 6 days. And then after 6 days, I put it in dry succulent soil. I have a video on my succulent mix. If you need help on that, check it out. And they just do so great in the succulent soil, especially here in Florida. I lose a lot of my succulents during the summer because of the humidity and the rain. It's just crazy every day. So once you let this end callus over, guys, that is the most important part when cutting these. You have to let this dry out totally, scab over, and then you can stick it in your dry soil. Don't water for about 3-4 days after you put this in that soil, because they're just so susceptible to rot, especially without that many roots and with an open wound. So after 3-4 days, you can give it a little bit of water, and you want to just give it a little bit for about a week or two. Now, one way you can tell your succulents are rooting is giving them a little bit of a tug. You can feel that they're really steady in there. You can feel some root systems on there. And if they're not, pulling out of the soil and there's some tension on that plant, you know that it's starting to take root, and you're okay to water. Start watering like usual. Make sure that water is all the way dry to the bottom before you go ahead and water again. It's so important for your cuttings. Make sure there's no moisture left in here, and then you can go ahead and give it a little bit of water again. After 2 weeks, you should have a pretty good root system on this little rosette that you cut that you can water like a regular plant. Now, I don't keep this in direct sunlight. I won't keep it in direct sunlight for probably until it starts getting roots on it, and you know, then you can start acclimating it back into direct sunlight. These get, all my succulents outside stay in a southern exposure. They get about 6 hours of direct sun a day, and they just do great. You can tell it's been growing so good. It's nice and compact. I love these black knights, guys. They propagate so easy. These are some leaves that I got off of it. Check them out. I love these. I have a video on separating these if you want to. I leave some of them bunched just because I like the way it looks. If you have any questions on this, please let me know and comment below. I would love to help you fix your stretch out succulents. And these were cut off of this one. So you can see that this is already starting to grow some middle growth off of it. And I should get 2 new heads, a couple of heads off of here. And these rooted so nice. These been in here a couple of weeks already. So they're nice and sturdy. And that's it, guys. That is it with these little rosettes that you're taking off and trying to fix. I hope that helps you. Till next time, bye-bye.